But with Caleb Williams, I think Caleb Williams, and we also mentioned Billy Napier, right? I think Caleb Williams and Anthony Richardson are they're tied together. They are, and I worked with Trent Dilfer a lot when I was with Bleacher Report, and he said something that always resonated with me, where we want surgeons, not butchers. And those guys are big play machines, but they do still feel like butchers, not surgeons. Like the difference between them and CJ Stroud and Bryce Young is wide, right? Guys who make precise decisions and understand what they're supposed to do with the football. Potential is amazing. Both of those guys off the walls potential, amazing potential. But playing within the construct of the offense is the thing that I am concerned with, because we saw when they played teams that were incredibly disciplined defensively, that's where they had problems. And that comes with understanding, being able to read the defense. So when we talk about Lincoln Riley, we talk about Caleb Williams. How big do we expect his next step to be, Coach?
Well, I'd say this. The advantage again here is that Lincoln had him last year, right?
Yes.
And he didn't even start him, right? Early.
Yep.
Then
Not early.
Comes out, has a hell of a game against Texas, really wins the game, and wins a couple games.
They needed him to win the game.
They needed him to win. Hell, they were down, 3 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
So not needed him to win the game. The game was over if he's not playing.
Yeah.
And so I think that process, and he's a freshman, didn't play all the time. So his upside, like you said, is tremendous. And don't forget that he's got the same coach.
That's huge.
You know the upside, the deficiencies already. Billy Napier, let's not get it confused, is a hell of a football coach.
Yes.
And he's got a hell of a talent. And so, I just think the growth curve there is a little bit different when you have a guy that you've been on the field with, you've made adjustments with, exactly who he is. And when you talk to him now, it's not a new relationship. It's a relationship of, hey, here's where you screwed this up a year ago. And with guys like that, it's not about, hey, we're going to get better. But the first thing we got to do is get rid of the bad things. If we can hang on to the football and let you be talented, but continue to grow, but get rid of the mistakes that you made as a freshman, then the upside is tremendous. And I think because of that, I got to give the advantage to Lincoln, because he's had him and Caleb have been through the battles before.
Well, listen, Clint, I want to let you get in here, but what we're really talking about, and just to put it into scope for people, we're talking about a 18-month relationship, a little bit more probably, because you recruited him. So we're talking about that. If that's your girlfriend, you're moving in. versus a 6-month relationship, maybe she hasn't even met your folks yet, which is what Billy Napier's dealing with at Florida, right? Am I wrong, Clint?
Yeah, I mean, right, wrong. I don't know, Mike. Look, I mean, here's the thing: is I think it's so much more complicated than what we're talking, man. I mean, like you look at Caleb Williams. Yes. Caleb Williams is never going to look like C.J. Stroud looks at Ohio State, sure, and like Bryce Young looks at Alabama. He's playing the air raid. I mean, the air raid quarterback is never going to look like C.J. Stroud at Ohio State or Bryce Young at Alabama. It's just two total different offenses. I mean, it's a total different get up, and so Caleb Williams he's never going to be that guy. Caleb Williams, the advantage there is you're going to USC with Lincoln Riley, where the verbiage is the same because your head coach is the same. And it's not just the same for Caleb Williams, guys. That they were running air raid out there for the last 4 or 5 years with Graham Harrell.
Yeah.
I mean, so the guys that didn't transfer in, right? They got 4 starters on the offense that didn't transfer in. The guys that were there, the entire offensive line, they were already running that scheme. And I know everybody's got their little tweaks to it. I know it's not the high school air raid from 95. I understand that. But it is the similarity, the verbiage, similarity, that there is a lot of good that's going to happen right now at USC, potentially, that is just That's not the case at Florida.